Myean TV, True FM.
Myean TV, True FM.
On Myean TV,
into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your grateful manner, we'll take your better life.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Somewhere at 12. My name is Hansen Der Capuchin.
Welcome. Desk for the 5 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah Naketa. In our headlines, National Elections Commission officially certificate the Citizens Movement for Change as the political leader of the party. Calls on the Ministry of Finance to provide fundings for the conduct of the senatorial by-election in Nima County. The Supreme Court announces Monday, March 10, 2025 to resume legal business for the March term of court, extend invitations to other branches of government. Residents of Senoi District in Bon County expressed frustration over what they called the behavior of officers of the Liberian National Police at the Senoi police station in the district. And away from Liberia, South African government says it will not take part in the counterproductive microphone diplomacy following a fresh social media post by U.S. President Donald Trump repeating his claim that Potero was confiscating land. These plus many more, the actual voices of the newsmaker sports are all lined up on today's edition of the program News Desk. We'll take a break to be back.
Myean TV, True FM.
Myean TV, True FM.
On Myean TV,
into True FM 96.1.
For rejoining us, we're empowered by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. At this point, we join Naketa Roberts will set the pace with the reading of the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. The National Election Commission has officially certificated the Citizens Movement for Change, headed by Representative Musa Belati, to operate as a registered political party in Liberia. Speaking before the certification of the Citizen Movement for Change at the headquarters of the National Election Commission, NEC Commissioner with oversight for political affairs, Braka Dukle, said the certification of political party is constitutional. Presenting the certificates, NEC Chairperson Deveeta Brown Lassanan said the Citizen Movement for Change has fulfilled all the requirements as political party has provided for in Article 79 of the Constitution of Liberia. Receiving the certificate, the chairman of the Citizens Movement for Change, James Yogi, thanked the NEC for the certification, noting that the CMC hoped to make the difference and become better than any other political party in Liberia. For his part, the political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Belati, thanked the NEC and further call on the Ministry of Finance to provide the needed funds for the conduct of the upcoming senatorial by-election in Nima County. Belati also disclosed that the CMC will be unveiling her candidate for the senatorial seat in Nima County caused by the death of the late Senator Prince Johnson. The Supreme Court has announced Monday, March 10, 2025, to resume legal business for the March term of court and has since extended invitations to other branches of government regarding its opening at the Temple of Justice. Monday's ceremony, according to RCR judicial correspondent, is consistent with Chapter 2, Section 2.5 of the Judiciary Law of Liberia. The law states the Supreme Court shall hold 2 terms annually, commencing on the second Monday of October and the second Monday of March, and continuing as long as the business before the court may require it. It further states They shall be known as the October and March terms, respectively. Our judicial correspondent said, interestingly, Monday's event will be Chief Justice Siana Yol last opening as head of the judiciary as she reaches the retirement age of 70 in June 2025, consistent with Article 72 of the 1986 Constitution. The law states the Chief Justice and the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court and judges of the subordinate courts of record shall be retired at the age of 70. Ahead of the ceremony, the court has extended invitation to President Joseph Boakai and Pro Tempore Yomli Kanga Lawrence, including members of the diplomatic corps and others. The Director General of the National Lottery Authority, Reginald Nawi, has urged the leadership of the Liberia Kickball Federation to use the fund that will be donated to the Federation for its intended purpose. Speaking during the signing ceremony of the $2.7 million Liberian dollars agreement, the Director General pledged his institution's full support to the betterment of Liberia's traditional sport and urged the executives of the Liberia Kickball Federation to ensure that the funds is equitably dispersed among clubs participating in the league. He pledged his commitment to assisting the Federation until Liberia's own invented sport is expanded across Liberia and at international levels, while he disclosed that the stated amount will be given in 3 installments. Meanwhile, the president of the Liberia Kickball Federation, Emmanuel Surprise Wie, has extored the National Lottery Authority leadership for committing themselves to sponsor Liberia's traditional sport, kickball. He revealed since the existence of kickball as a federation in Liberia, the National Lottery Authority is the only government institution that has pledged to fully support these sports. Several residents of Sanoye District have expressed frustration over the behaviors of the Liberia National Police at the Sanoye Police Depot in Sanoye District, Bon County. According to some aggrieved residents, there are several illegal acts being carried out against them by the police. They accuse the Sanoye Police of compromising several rape cases, extorting huge money from residents in the name of fees for the release of detainees and case registration. The aggrieved residents told RCI contributor Gabriel Scott that usually the police at the Sanoye Police Depot in Bon County collect the sum of $2,500 Liberian dollars for registration cases or a fee to be paid when filing complaints as a complainant. They further noted that the amount of $5,000 to $7,000 Liberian dollars are demanded from them citizens for the release of detainees from police detention, depending on the types of case or crime committed. 3 months ago, our contributor, Gabriel Scott, also investigated a case involving the Sanoye police officer who detained several citizens from a village called Myean town in Sanoye District, Bon County. The officer started over $54,000 Liberian dollars from struggling citizens fighting to survive in a very hard economy in Liberia. The said amount was taken from 14 persons who were detained by the police without charges. When asked, the police said the individuals were detained on grounds that they were in the town when a child went missing. According to the police, the amount was collected as a fee to release the 14 persons from detention over the mysterious disappearance of a 3-year-old child. The innovative youthful Liberian Igmon Kamontol described the creative industry as the future of the country. Kamontol, who is the team lead of Chule Monovio, a platform dedicated to sharing the stories of Liberians' creative product, that's predicted that the creative industry will be used for revenue generation for Liberian economy. According to him, artists in Liberia are doing exemplary well in showcasing their talents and bringing out the Liberian culture that is now being accepted in the sub-region, Speaking to RCI News on Friday after the organization presented a certificate of honor to Bilicon Entertainment hitmaker King Dennis, Edmond Camon Todd noted that Chule Monovio recognized the youthful musician for his consistency in the industry. He said King Dennis has been among several young Liberian musicians who have ably represented the industry, while thanking Bilicon Entertainment CEO Liability for supporting young talents in Liberia. At the same time, Edmond Canon Todd highlighted the workings of Chule Monovio in the country, emphasizing the 5-year plans of the organization. The Liberia National Red Cross Society has ended a day-long disaster law study inception meeting in Monrovia as means of curbing the impact of disaster. The meeting, held under the theme Strengthening Legal Framework for Effective Disaster Response and Humanitarian Action in Liberia, brought together stakeholders from across the National Disaster Management Agency, the Liberia National Fire Service, and the Armed Forces of Liberia, among others. Giving an overview of the event on Friday in Monrovia, Liberia National Red Cross Society Secretary General Gregory Blamorn disclosed the meeting is aimed at developing an early warning initiative in an effort to minimize the impact of disaster. He described the disaster law study as a critical step that will identify gaps in Liberia disaster risk management framework and mechanism, paving the way for high-level humanitarian diplomatic efforts to advocate for a comprehensive disaster risk management in Liberia. According to him, if that's due to the global climate change effect, the early warning initiative is geared towards mitigating disaster and building the resilience of citizens to manage disaster and avoid being victimized. Blamlo cautioned citizens to take early precaution as the nation approaches the rainy season, where disaster can often be on the increase. And out of Liberia, the South African government has said it will not take part in counterproductive megaphone diplomacy following a fresh social media post by U.S. President Donald Trump, repeating his claim that Petrorad was confiscating land. Trump extended his invitation to relocate those seeking to flee South Africa for reasons of safety to all farmers and offered them citizenship. South Africa has previously said that Trump has misunderstood the country's new Land Exploration Act, but it has already led to the U.S. president freezing financial aid to the country. Responding to the latest statement, the government said South Africa was still committed to building a mutually beneficial trade, political, and diplomatic relationship with the Trump administration. A spokesperson added that the relationship between both countries should be based on mutual respect. South Africa's new law was signed in January and allows land seizure without compensation in certain circumstances. That's our RCI News Bulletin. Is back to Johnson Gbarntolmah.
Ria TV, True FM.
In Ria TV, True FM.
On Myean TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a welcome manner, we'll keep you later.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News summary of 12. My name is Hansen Derka.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency,
here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated, in one of our top developments, the Supreme Court announces Monday, March 10, 2025, to resume legal business for the March term of court, extends invitations to other branches of government. Let's break it up first. Development on the program. The National Elections Commission has officially certificated the Citizens Movement for Change, headed by Representative Musa Beleti, to operate at a registered political party in Liberia. Speaking before the certification of CMC as political party at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission, NEC Commissioner of Oversight for Political Affairs, Bakar Duklu, said the certification of the party was constitutional.
I'd like to say to you that sometimes people question us why we certificate the parties over and over. And we'd like for them to know that it is constitutional. It is a requirement of our constitution. We need certain benchmark, we can get political. But let me give you the history of this. Even in the 1980s, it was difficult to organize a political party in this country. And so, when the commission was set up to draft the 1986 Constitution, you know, those who were on our commission had tried to register political parties and were turned down. So they said in the Constitution, certain number of people have the right. So this is a right that we do not play with. We need 1 billion political parties, they have the right to organize.
He is NEC's commissioner. His body is there for oversight in political affairs, receiving the certificate. That's presenting the certificate. NEC chairperson David Etta Brown Lassana said the CME party, the CMC party, has fulfilled all the requirements as political party as provided for in Article 79 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia.
Movement for Change, CMC, has fulfilled all the requirements for registration as a political party as provided for in Article 79 of the Constitution of Liberia and the National Elections Commission guidelines and regulations relating to the formation and registration of political parties to operate within the Republic of Liberia. For so doing, the National Elections Commission hereby declares and accredits the Citizens Movement for Change, CMC, as a duly registered political party with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Giving honor our hands and seal of the Commission on this 7th day of March, AD 2025. Signed, Honorable Josephine Paugay, Commissioner. Honorable Basilio Pamai, Commissioner. Honorable Floyd Oxley, Commissioner. Honorable Ernestine Morgan Awa, Commissioner. Honorable Boga A. Dublé, Commissioner. Honorable P. Tibla Reeves, Co-Chairperson, and in my own name, David Brown Lassana, Chairperson of the National Elections Commission of Liberia.
Receiving the certificate, the chairman of the newly certificated party, the Citizens Movement for Change, James Yorkie, thanked the NEC for the certification, noting that CMC hope to make the difference and become better than any other political party in Liberia.
We are happy and honored to be members of a new political party today, the CMC. It is our hope, and of course, it is our desire that this party will make Liberia better, and that the CMC is going to make the difference. It's going to be better than any other political party in Liberia. And so we are here. I just want the Lord in Liberia to know that the CMC is here. We are here to help make Liberia livable for all. We are here to make democracy work. We're here to make sure that justice has a place, and that every Liberian can have his or her voice heard and desires met. So again, we'd like to say thank you for guiding us through the process, and thank you for making us today legitimate an institution that will participate in political activities in Liberia.
He is the chairman of the newly certificated Citizens Movement for Change, James Yogi, there speaking for his the political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Hassan Bedi defended the NDC and further called on the Ministry of Finance to provide the funding for the conduct of the upcoming central by-election in Nima County.
We are happy today that you've given us the opportunity to exercise our constitutional right to be a political party. We also want to use this small time we have to call on the Ministry of Finance. We've heard that the Election Commission has submitted a budget for the elections in Limba. The CNC is calling on the government to understand that Limba, being the second most populated country in Nigeria, is currently underrepresented, and therefore over 2 billion people are not adequately represented in the legislature. So, as a country that contributes more than $150 million of the budget of this country, we call on the government not to sacrifice our rights, but not to compromise our rights, but to make sure that they come out with a requisite money has been approved and submitted to the Ministry of Finance so that our election can be conducted. We want to also announce that the CNC will be our election.
He is the political leader of the newly certificated Citizens Movement for Change, CMC for short. There speaking his Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Bedi added on the voice of the chairman of the party, is James Yoki, and also the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Madam David Brown Lassana, and Commissioner Dugley. They spoke at the certification of the party, that's the CMC party in Monrovia. Let's now bring you this development on the program. The Liberia National Red Cross Society has ended the long disaster law study exception meeting in Monrovia as means of curbing the impact of disaster. The meeting was held under the theme strengthening legal frameworks for the effective disaster response and humanitarian action in Liberia. Giving an overview of the event on Friday in Monrovia, Liberia National Red Cross Society Secretary General Gregory Blamo disclosed that the meeting is aimed at developing an early warning initiative in an effort to minimize the impact of disaster in Liberia.
Disaster is becoming more commonplace. In the last decade, it's been more frequent, the effect being more impactful on people and properties. And so the whole world, not only organization, the whole world has been seeking the means by which either we can reduce the causes of these disasters or we can build on our resilience to cope with these disasters. And today we have a meeting, an inception meeting of the disaster law study, which we are doing, which aims a part of the early warning for all. And let me just briefly remind you that this early warning was launched by the UN Secretary General in 2022 to do exactly like I've said. If we cannot limit what causes disaster, let's build people's resilience to cope with disaster. So the whole idea behind early warning for all was to be in a position, for organizations to be in a position to warn people time enough so they can be able to leave the areas where they are and be able to save themselves or save whatever assets and things they may have. And so there's been other documents. We talk about the Sendai agreement, we talk about other agreements, all of which are geared towards this end, and this is why we are here. So the International Red Cross Society and IRC, which is the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Cross Societies, are leading the implementation of Pillar 4, which is preparedness to respond. And we've had funding from the Irish and Swedish governments, for which we Thank them very much. This disaster loss study is a critical next step. It will identify gaps in Liberian disaster risk management framework and mechanisms, paving the way for high-level humanitarian diplomacy efforts to advocate for comprehensive disaster risk management law in Liberia. First, we want to thank you again for being here, and we hope that your participation will make this session and this document that come out of here what it's supposed to be. But most importantly, working together, we will try to prevent our people from being victimized by disaster. I wish we could stop it. Like I said to people, we near April, we near May, it's going to rain again. Places will get flooded. We can't do much about that, but let's be able to at least warn our people to get out of harm's way before other things happen to them that will not be necessary. So, our initiative is a global effort to ensure that everyone is protected by every system by 2027.
He is the Secretary General of the Liberia National Red Cross Society. He's Gregory Blambo there speaking at a day-long meeting in Monrovia. If you're just joining us, please be informed that you are in tune to News Desk, 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah Naketa. In our headlines, National Elections Commission officially certificate the citizens' movement for change as the political leader of the party calls on the Ministry of Finance to provide fundings for the conduct of the Nima County senatorial by-election. Supreme Court announced this Monday, March 10, 2025 to resume legal business for the March term of court, extends invitations to other branches of government. Residents of Sanoye District, Bon County expressed frustration over what they called the behavior of officers of the Liberian National Police at the Sanoye depot in the district and away from Liberia. South African government says it will not take part in a counterproductive microphone diplomacy following a fresh social media post by United States President Donald Trump repeating his claim that petrol was confiscating land. Let's bring you more developments here on the program News Desk. An innovative youthful Liberian, Edmond Kamontour, described the innovative industry as the future of the country. Kamontour, who is the lead or the team lead of True Monrovia, a platform dedicated to sharing the story of Liberian creative artists, predicted that the creative industry will be used for revenue generation for Liberian economy. According to him, artists in Liberia are doing exceptionally well in showcasing their talents and bringing out the Liberian culture that is now being accepted in the sub-region. He spoke when or after the certification, and he recognized that he spoke on Friday after the organization presented a certificate of honor to Belicon Entertainment hitmaker Kid Dennis in Painesville.
What we are doing today.
So we have something called Class of 2024. So in 2024 and even up to present, there are a lot of artists who go out like who did exceptional things, who made music that blew, music that touched people. And one of the artists is Kid Dennis says nobody can deny that Kid Dennis was. He literally I always say like when people music and get it. So we came together to present the news clip like an award, and we then go around meeting all the different artists to tell them we see you, we appreciate you for the hard work. Thank you so much, and there's more we contribute more. We are here to support you, we are here to push you, we are here to cheer on every step of the way. Here there are vetting processes. For example, we take into consideration stream, we take into consideration the work ethics, how hard working artists is, we take into consideration their value in the market, we take into consideration their potential to do good things. It's not just about one hit wonder, somebody who just got one hit, but how consistent that person is, whether that person got what it takes to go beyond. And Kid Dennis is one of those that we have Nash, we have Madness Beats. We're not just about of music, we even photography. We have J. Joss, one of the best, and Ivan Polo too, another great artist, another great creators who do picture content creation. So yeah, it's about people who stand out. It's about people who go the extra mile. Young people who don't just settle for ordinary. People who do it back to back. People who put their all into it. So we have music, people who sing and rap, people who do music production, like the engineer. We also have content creators who make pictures, who do pictures, videos, and stuff like that. Yeah, so we are for the entire creative industry, not just people who do music. What do you foresee when it comes to the creative industry of Liberia? Like my opening statement, I said that the creative industry is a woman. I think in the next 5 years, we'll have a conversation with CEO Billy. They even confirmed that in the next 5 years, our artists, our musicians, our content creators, these are the people who will care Liberia high. These are the people who made Liberia go international. The creative industry in Liberia is the future of Liberia. It's where Liberia will get money from. It's where we attract investors. It's where we attract tourists from. So for us, actually, we don't take it lightly. We see a lot of people not paying attention to it now, but we see something there. We see great things in the creative industry. We are here to push. We are here to push our artists. We are here to push our creators too.
He's the team lead of Chule Monrovia. He's Edmond Kamatua there speaking. At the same time, Kamatua highlighted the workings of Chule Monrovia in the country, emphasizing the 5-year plans of the organization.
I'm Edmond Kamatua.
And we are from Chule Monrovia. Chule Monrovia is a platform dedicated to sharing the stories of Liberian creators. So we realize that the creative sector in Liberia is literally the future of our country. A lot of amazing young people with talents from music to arts to fashion to sports. The creative industry is like the gold mine. Don't believe that for Liberia to move forward, for Liberia to be able to harness all that potential from the creative industry, support to these creatives, there's a need for the stories of the creatives to be shared more. So that's why Chule Monrovia comes in. We help share the stories of Liberian creators. We give them the promotion they need. We give them the push they need. And we're also into capacity building for artists and creators as well. So tell us how long this institution has been in existence. We just started a few months back, but it's not how long for how well. So a team of very committed and hardworking team. We started a few months back. We've been able to do what we are called to do. We've been able to reach out to more creators.
He is the team lead of Chule Monrovia there, speaking to RCI News after the organization presented a certificate of honor for Belecon Entertainment hitmaker King Dennis for exceptional performance or talents in Liberia. We sincerely apologize. We cannot bring you the partial last sports, but let's bring you this development here on the program News on Truth 96.1. The Director General of the National Lottery Authority, Regina Nakwe, has urged the leadership of the Liberia Kickball Federation to use the fund that will be donated to the Federation for its intended purpose. Speaking during the signing ceremony of $2.7 million Liberian dollars agreement, the Director General pledged his institution's full support to the betterment of Liberia's traditional sports and urged the executives of the Liberia Kickball Federation to ensure that the fund is equitably distributed among clubs participating in the leagues.
A few months back, we had engagement with a youth and sport represented by G. Adi Kwame, and we told him about interest in sponsoring the Liberia Kickball Federation because we know that the issue of kickball have no sponsorship. That ability as authority to the board of directors, the management team, took responsibility to be the prize sponsor of the finals. The third place, second place, and the first place, we provided the prizes for category. So make a commitment to the Kickball Federation and youth and sport so that today the process is very important. Today we signed a contract agreement with the Kickball Federation where the amount of $2,735,000 plus $2,735,000 for the Kickball Federation in front of Nigeria. The reason we do this is to encourage our girls, and also be at form the 17 is sport to not be there because the kickball is our own thing, and I think we will take the time initiative to see how things to expand it across the country and out of Liberia across our borders.
He is the Director General of the National Lottery Authority. He's Regina Nakwe speaking when the institution signed a $2.7 million Liberian dollars with the Liberia Kickball Federation. Meanwhile, the president of the Liberia Kickball Federation, Emmanuel Surprise Wee, extolled the National Lottery Authority leadership for committing themselves to sponsor Liberia's traditional sports, kickball.
Today is a very special day, a historical day in the life of Liberia, only traditional game. Football as a sport was established since 1964, and this federation since 1994. We have been here and there requesting and appealing for support. This occasion is a special one because this is the first in terms of government entity taking charge of Liberia's own traditional sport. We are too grateful, grateful. The leadership of NLA for trusting in us and supporting the women in sport. Kickball is a sport that is played 100% by ladies. And managing more than 10,000 is tough, challenging, but it's good because we're keeping them from the street and doing the wrong thing. When we took over years back as president, we took over an institution with less than 60,000 Liberian. With just one category of the sport playing only at first league. Today, we have managed from first league to second league, from second league to third league, and now have the grassroots. Kickball also have the old time. Well, this sponsorship will reawaken the spirit of the young people who be in sport. When we took over the leadership of the NIA, we introduced a program called Left After Kickball. Left After Kickball was intended to help the ladies because most of them can scholarship from high school. But after graduation from high school, there is no opportunity to extend because the sport is not international. At that program, we have educated up to 10 persons with left skills that can help them put food on their table. The last year, we couldn't have because of financial challenge. For the game, we have been playing even without the market fee. When we took over champions, after you played the entire season, you carry home 18,000 dollars. Today, when we took over, we ran it from 18,000 to 100,000 dollars. And with your sponsorship, we have increased the champion awards from 100,000 to 150,000. With the issue of the number of the different leagues, I'm going to show you that you are going to see the work of the money you give us. We have been sacrificing, putting hands in our pockets to run Liberia traditional sport. Your help will give us more energy to work and overwork. Beginning tomorrow, some of what we have in the contract or in the agreement, you'll start to see them.
He is the president of the Liberia Kickball Association Federation, Emmanuel Surprise, with speaking during the signing of an MOU with the National Lottery Authority. The other on the voice of the Director General of the National Lottery Authority, is Regina Nambwith, who also spoke at the signing ceremony, taking us home on today's edition of the program News Desk. But as we go home, these are stories that tap the program. National Elections Commission officially certificate the Citizens Movement for Change as the political leader of the party calls on the Ministry of Finance to provide fundings for the conduct of the Nima County by-election. The Supreme Court announces Monday, March 10, 2025 to resume legal business for the March term of court, extends invitations to other branches of government. Residents of Sanoye District in Bon County expressed frustration over what they called the behavior of officers of the Liberian National Police at the Sanoye Police Depot in the district. And away from Liberia, South African government says it will not take part in the counterproductive microphone diplomacy following a fresh social media post by United States President Donald Trump, repeating his claim that Petero was confiscating land. We'd love to say many thanks to our regulars, contributors, correspondents for making today's edition of the program resources. Thanks to our sponsors, Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. Naketa Roberts was here with the reading of the news bulletin. Kobosana Sarah control and producer our sound. Myean was behind the camera. Thanks to Edward Cooper, who follow us live, and Prince M. Thomas and Bobby Melvin Timber, who follow us live on our Facebook feed. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah, I presented, and News Desk is taking its usual weekend break They'll be back fresh on Monday. Join us if you can.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
The black barrel is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your barefoot manner, we'll take your plate.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary at 12. My name is Hansen the representative.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live, you know, with my family and how to call it.
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to True FM 96.1.